Salutations, everybody. Welcome to Dynasty Pylon. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with the man, the myth, the legend over here, Martin. How you feeling? You all right?
I don't know, man. I just developed this weird cough like in the last 20 minutes.
We were sitting here talking, and all of a sudden you start coughing, and it just hasn't stopped since.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you're gonna take lead today. So, but no, we'll see how far I can make it through the show. If at least push an hour, we'll be all right. So,
dude, I can't believe all the stuff that's been happening football wise.
It's a lot. Preseason is one of the best times because there's so many emotions flying around between teams, players, coaches, GMs. It's amazing.
You know what? I haven't been into Hard Knocks. I have not in the last 2 years. And of course, being from Chicago,
I love that show.
I'm into this right now, and I fell in love with what they're doing. I love the
storyline, man. You've missed out a lot.
I realize it now because I'm sitting there like, man, if I'm loving this much, so I'm gonna go back looking at the Giant stuff. The Giant stuff is good. I've been watching it all day today. Just watching all this stuff, like, oh, yeah, man, maybe I have been missing out.
You have. I think my favorite year was the Cowboys year, which is like the last year, and the Colts wasn't too bad either. And then the Dolphins one was all right, but the Cowboys, they actually had. It was interesting. I felt like I was a little bit more. That's when you and I were really high on the Cowboys going that year, and I think I was riding that high as well. But no, that was my favorite Hard Knock season so far. But there has been some really, really good ones, and so far right now, I haven't seen the Chicago ones. I'm getting the Giants ones done. Done, and they're talking about Malik Neighbors and all that. So I think I'm like episode 4. So as soon as I'm done with that, I'll probably jump over to Chicago. But
they're just doing a good job with talking about. I mean, I enjoyed the Giant stuff I was watching and how it really just unfolded into the draft, and you know other stories that are happening while it's going on, and so you know it matches up. Like the stuff is going on, you know these are true statements. So I'm really digging it, man.
Yeah, it really shows how much like they really cared. And people are like, "Oh, they don't care about Saquon." I'm like, that it wasn't even about how much they cared. It was that they just couldn't. Like money wise, like it's they had to look at the value of what they could have paid and how much they had, and could they have paid him? Yes, but the problem it was the budget of the league around running backs. They didn't know how much to give him because of the value. So, and then one of those episodes, if you haven't seen it, go back and they basically, and we've all kind of heard the news. They let him test, and then the response that came in that episode was wild. So, if you haven't seen it, I think it's the second episode of the Giants one.
They're like, we don't want to lose him at all. The owner straight up said, "Look, y'all better not lose him."
Yeah, but the phone call they had, you'd have to watch it for yourself to see how that went down.
I can't believe they recorded that and then they showed it on Hard Knocks.
It was in the past.
Saquon said he had no idea this is being recorded.
Like I said, just go back, watch it, and you'll listen to it. But yeah. So who we got? We got Brandon. What's up? The Rose here. Anthony's here. What's up, guys? How are you guys doing?
So Anthony says DK trying to catch a body. Just kidding. Just throwing helmets. He's doing his best. He's trying to put the helmet back on top. He's throwing around all teammates. He was just going around using it as a weapon, like crazy. So it was like 5 fights today in practice.
Yeah. The damn Lions and the Giants went at it again. Despite they were warned the first time, they still did it again. This is the time where teams fight each other. Like even offenses fight the defenses, and it just happens. It's just the way it is. It's the first time they haven't seen each other in months. Emotions are high. Rookies are trying to steal positions. They're trying to outdo the second years, and the third years are trying to make a name for themselves finally because they sat back a whole year. So there's a lot of like emotions, and then the dude in front of you is just making it worse for you because they're also trying to outdo you. So they're gonna punch the tackle. Yeah, they're gonna punch the running back or the receiver. It happens. So
I mean, DK swinging around like it was Myles Garrett. I'm like, dude, all right. I
Yeah,
guess.
well, they'll probably end up changing that at some point and making it a solid sooner or later because Miles
Yeah.
Garrett started that, and now it's starting to become that because that could kill somebody if you hit
Yeah.
somebody hard enough. So,
You don't rip it off and then try to put it back on their head nicely.
yeah.
That might kill somebody. Yeah.
But what's up, dude? How are you, man?
Who
But yeah, neighbor was just being an ass. He's creating him like he's always been a dog. He's always been all he does is win, and it's I look, like I said, they come in, he's obviously the wide receiver one, and they've been giving him the ball. So it seems like, and he's probably gonna be like the next big thing. Like they're just kind of teeing it up. He's that good. I've always liked him over Dunze. I've always said
he's
neighbors.
more explosive with the ball in his hand. He is special.
Mhm.
And he
I
has to create a persona for people to give him respect because he's a rookie. So I think that he's doing that. So sometimes you just need to let him
he's
do it.
already coming in, and people are liking him, and he's gonna be a leader, if not a problem child. It could go either way. We'll see how it goes. I mean, we don't know the future yet, but he could be a diva. We don't know. But I honestly think that he's going to be a talented guy. And he's going to be around the league for a very long time. And the Giants are lucky they have him for the next at least guaranteed 3 years. We all know how 4 or 5 kind of are weird sometimes with these contracts and
If you don't
trading.
know, ask Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah, exactly. So we will get into that.
Wait, before we go move on, I will say this. Did you see yesterday with the Giants how Daniel Jones jumped in the middle of the fight?
Oh, I love that. I absolutely love that. Hell
He
yeah.
was like, "Oh yeah, Joe, go ahead, jump up, jump up. That's great." And then he said, "But he better sit his ass back down because
Yeah,
if he
yeah.
get hurt,
Well, if your quarterback
this
gets
thing
in
is
there,
about to crap him again." So
it shows a little. It shows something, but at the same time, like, bro, you shouldn't be out there. At the same time, like, what are you doing? But yeah, the role comes in with the trade. He traded T Law and a 26 first for Caleb and a 25 third in Dynasty for one QB league. So Caleb and a third. T Law and a first for Caleb and a third of next year. So you get a first 2 years from now, or you traded your first for 2 years. Well, that's 2 years from now. So it's the value of the first ain't as high as compared to next year.
but I don't mind 26 first. I mean, I would probably take T Law on the 26 first. And
I'm okay with this. I love T Law, I really, really do. But the problem is, in the last couple years, the Jags barely got him a wide receiver one this year. They barely got him. Like Ridley was good, but they never like looked into the draft at the first round and got them a number one. Like it just took them a while.
well,
And I'm not saying Thomas isn't bad because I like Thomas, I really do. But you got Thomas, Christian Kirk, and Gabe Davis. Okay, we don't know what BTJ is.
yeah.
I expect him to do something, but I don't know until I see it first.
I thought it was. I was actually sitting here putting my dad's computer to get together yesterday, and they were having a conversation on Fox Sports One, whatever, net, whatever, talking about Tua and T Law and Jordan Love,
Mm-hmm.
and asking where do you rank them, and they were talking about T Law in particular, and
they're on the same draft class too, so
but
they're going to be compared for many years.
I think T Law is better than both of those guys. And I think that T Law just hasn't had the talent around him. And Jordan Love hasn't done it long enough for me to determine what he really is. So I think if you put T Law on a team with, great wide receivers and, the number one player in all, and all the, football, if you do that with Tyreek and, if you have that around him, I think you see a lot more out of T Law.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Like I feel like T Law is better, and because he's worked with garbage. Like he's worked with like Tua's had Tyreek, easily the best receiver. Probably is like as of last year, he was the best receiver.
He was ranked number one in all football as far as football players.
Love and T Law didn't have that. They didn't have the best receiver. Now, I can say and I can argue that Jordan Love could probably be better than them as well because he literally had garbage. Like those
But
guys couldn't even stay healthy. They could he literally had garbage.
we just don't
T-Law
know
is
what
my
he is.
favorite, and I
We
think
just
he
don't
is.
know what Jordan Love is, and that's why I can't argue for or against him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he is. I hate him, so that tells me he's pretty good. You know, like if I have hate for you, that means in your Green Bay, that means you're pretty good. I just don't know what he is because the first half of the season he was garbage. The second half of the season he was otherworldly. 28-1 is stupid. That's 28 touchdowns to 1 interception. It's stupid.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone could do that. If he can replicate anything near that, he will be the best.
Right.
But I think T-Law has opportunity if he has the players and the dogs around him to be great too.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm looking between T-Law and Caleb, right? If we put T-Law in his rookie
In
year,
Chicago?
no, but if we put T-Law in his rookie year, he didn't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's literally the 101. He was the 101 in his draft class. But the problem is he didn't have anybody. The difference between these two is Caleb has weapons. T-Law has still yet to have a weapon until this year. Like BTJ
Caleb has
should be his
better
very
weapons this year, his first year, than that T-Law has ever had.
Yeah, and we haven't even seen him take the field yet. So that's what I'm saying. Like if in a dynasty perspective, I like it. I'm not mad about it because Caleb should do better. And at least even if Caleb just absolutely is trash, right? Just doesn't perform to what you can try and sell him before a sophomore year. Like, listen, it was just his rookie year. Somebody's still gonna believe in him.
Keep on saying the Peyton Manning thing. Oh yeah, Peyton Manning that bad.
Yeah, that happens. But look, Kirk was kind of overrated in my opinion. I can relate to that. If I hate a player, they're good. Mentally, still waiting for Kirk Cousins. But yeah, I don't know. But Christian Kirk was never to me.
He was overpaid. That's one of the worst contracts I've ever seen.
He messed up the league by himself. He messed up the league. They messed up that entire situation. They paid him way too much, which made contracts with the NFL now suck. Because the Niners, I want to transition to the Niners because Ayuk's situation. Well, it's not really so much Ayuk's situation; it's the Niners particularly.
Mm-hmm.
So again, the role I like that trade. Caleb should be primed for the next couple of years. DJ Moore can produce with garbage quarterbacks, so even if he is garbage, that still means you're getting 1,000 yards. So somehow DJ has magnets on his freaking gloves, and there's magnets.
Keenan Allen has always scored, always had 1,000 yards. Always, he could play 5 games and be like 1,000 yards somehow. Like
the Bears line has gotten better from the past years because it's Jesus. It's probably the best running back they've had
since Matt Forte.
I didn't want to go that far, but I'm thinking about it.
Because he's probably the best since Matt Forte.
Damn. Yeah, you're probably right. I didn't want to go back that far. That's a long time ago. Yeah. So, Caleb is primed to be good. That's all on him. There's a lot. Oh man, the Bears, like right now, I just laugh at them. I really do, and it's not even a bad way or a good way. I just laugh because there's so much riding on him.
Or a rookie quarterback.
There's literally so much riding on him.
The difference between the Bears having 8 wins and having 12 wins is all Caleb. Everything about that is Caleb Williams.
If Caleb sucks, they could go 3 wins.
I don't know if it could because it's so bad. Their defense is so good, and their line is running back is good. And just with those receivers, even if he's bad, they could be decent. I don't know if they can lose more than 5 or 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, win less than 5 or 6 games is what I mean. I don't know if that's possible, especially what they did last year. But
yeah, so we'll see.
They can win double that amount if he's good, but that's a big if.
So speaking of contracts,
I'm not there.
I got you. But speaking of contracts, the house situation with T-Law and all that, horrible contracts or big high end paid contracts change the league. And it's funny. I have been so busy, guys. I haven't really done anything. The last team I talked about was the Buccaneers. If you're listening on Spotify and you see and you jump on YouTube, the Buccaneers background is in the background. That was the last team I did. That was the last episode I did. Tristan Wirfs messed up the league. And it's not even a bad thing for the Buccaneers. They did the right thing. Because what's going to happen with the Niners is they have to pay their left tackle, and they could lose not only Brandon Ayuk, also CMC, and also Debo, and also their left tackle in a single year after this year.
Trent Williams is by far the best left tackle in the game.
Right, but you have to make him the highest paid. He's going to look at Wirf's paycheck. He's like, where's mine? And if they're not going to be able to honor that, they're going to be in trouble.
You bringing that up makes me think this is exactly why the 49ers had to accept trade offers for Brandon Ayuk. That's exactly why. Because they have to take all the money he's making and give it to Trent Williams.
No, and I know, but the thing is, player-wise, Ayuk isn't like this ace in the hole, right? But he is probably the best number 2 receiver, complementary receiver to any NFL team.
Because he had 1,300 yards and 7 touchdowns last year. He's 26 years old. And he's coming to his own. I don't know how we put him as number 2. He's the number 1 guy.
Number 2. I don't know. Well, I put him at 1 because I can name like a handful of ones that he could be really good with. But I'm just saying, like, he can be the reason why the Niners are actually still good for that offense. You take Ayuk out of there, then you go back to 3 years ago with Jimmy when they just had Debo and Kittle and a plethora of guys.
I'm still CMC.
Yeah, but Debo, he's banged up already.
Well, no, they're just gonna hold him out. I heard that he was gonna be held out no matter what. No matter what.
Right. All I'm saying is that the Niners are in a weird situation coming in next year, and
their window might be closing.
I was about to say that this is their time. They have to win it, and with Ayuk gone, I don't know.
That's why they're saying they need to have a player. But if I'm a team, I'm not giving you a 2nd round pick and a player. So it's either you want a player and a 4th round pick, or you want a 2nd round pick and no player.
Yeah. So Lord Saban said he's got a lot of expectations, but he doesn't crack under pressure.
Yeah. So Nick Saban was on Hard Knocks for the Bears. Came with Matt Eberflus because he was Matt Eberflus's first coach at Temple. And he said he talked to him. He's like, look, you got to be right in his ear. You got to talk to him. And this kid's coming in with more expectations than anyone ever. And there's a lot of talent around him. If he messes up, it's all on him. He has more expectations than anyone. And if he could crack under pressure. You don't know what type of guy you're going to get until you get him.
Right. Stop dreaming, Anthony. That ain't going to happen.
He would never go to Washington ever. Especially he had to sit out the year, and they wouldn't pay him because he had something on his head. They wouldn't pay for the surgery. He's never going back to Washington.
Yeah, he's not going back. I think so, Ro. I think so, and I'm okay with that. I think DeAndre Swift is one of the most underrated running backs in the league. A lot of people just oversee him, and he produces. And if he's healthy, he's really good.
The ball. This is what they do. He's going to have DeAndre Swift will have 1,200 yards this year, 1,200 yards and 7 touchdowns this year.
I could see that. I could see that. And they're gonna run the ball. They have the perfect weaponry to be versatile, either through the air or through the run game. They have enough running backs to make it happen. So
you can't put 8 men in that box. You can't put 8 men in the box with those receivers on the field. You just can't.
So I don't know, but speaking of that though, with everything being said with Ayuk and all that, trade wise, I don't know where he might go and where he's gonna land. So far, Washington was in there, Browns were in there, and
see what I'm
Steelers and the Steelers.
My Steelers.
Right? So the Steelers said today. Well, yeah, Brian, you can actually say it because you actually read it.
Reading it, so the Steelers had everything in there. They said they are not going to give up a player though, so they have no problem matching the second round pick that they're asking for Brandon Ayuk. They have a contract already hammered out, figured out what they're going to do. They will not give a player to. Because I mean, what player would you even give if you're Pittsburgh?
You can't.
There's no one to give. So
You can't.
what do you want me to give you? You know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what I've heard is that the 49ers are asking for Warren. They're not even asking for a receiver. They asked for Warren. Why would Pittsburgh do that?
Yeah. If they can't settle in, it's going to be very interesting because IU can't sit out either.
Hmm?
He could probably wait the 8 weeks, but then he'll have to play by week 9.
Yep.
Because the first 8 weeks he'll hold out if it comes down to it, which is a very long time. He can hold out and he'll lose $8 million, but that's a good chunk of his 14 that he's getting this year. Because it's $1 million a week. That's a lot. Like literally, you're only gonna get paid friggin' what? 6, 7, or not even that.
No, he'd be but
$5 million for the
$5
year.
million, yeah. And then
That's
after
not
taxes,
enough.
that's what 2.5.
Yeah,
And then you have to give your agent it's like
he has
1.75.
to play. So Ayuk's gonna play, whether it's on the 49ers or not. He's gonna play. And if they put him in the doghouse and have him play 5, because his sophomore year they did that. They had him like play like minimal reps, but he still got his check, right? That's and they could do that, man. I don't know how it's gonna happen.
And he hasn't missed any practice. It's a sit in. He's
there. He's there. He's hanging out. He's out there with his black hoodie on and talking it all up. So I don't see him not producing this year. I still see him playing. At some point, the game of football is going to happen. One of them is going to give in, or he's just going to be, all right, I'll just play this last year, get my 14 mil, and then hit the free agency. That's probably what's going to happen.
Could you see a Pittsburgh trade where the Pittsburgh kind of says, okay, we'll give you Calvin Austin and a second round pick?
Yeah. I mean, the Niners aren't going to have like anything like Ayuk, but yeah, I could see that. Because it's another filler spot at least. Because I could see Austin, Debo, and oh my God, what's his kid's name? Help me out, rookie.
What's
Ricky
his
Pearsall.
name?
Yeah,
Pearsall.
Yeah. I could see those 3 running with George Brittle.
I mean, so, yeah. Dewan Jennings still out there too, so that's why I'm like, you could go ahead and do that. You know, give him Calvin. And then the thing about Calvin is going to help is because he can catch punts, he can catch his kickoffs. You know, he can do those type of things. To Kevin Austin is fast as crap. So, and he's still pretty young. So maybe you get something like that. You're getting another weapon, and then it allows you to sign Trent Williams, and maybe that keeps your window open a little bit longer. You know, and then the second round pick that you get next year, you spend on a wide receiver.
Yeah. We'll see.
Here's my only problem. Ricky Pearsall, I was watching tape of him, was Monday. He looks just like Deebo Samuel. He plays just like Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, he's good.
But he's good, but he's the same type of player, you know? Very physical. He catches the ball. He's running up the field. He's going to attack. He's the kind of guy, if it's open field this way and it's a defender this way, he's going to go to the defender and hit him and then try to go to the, to the open field. He's a very similar player. So you have 2 receivers that are exactly the same. So you do need someone who's going to be more agile, more, better out in the open field. I think that'll be interesting if you can.
Yeah. I don't know. I like him. I really do. I thought it was a really good pickup for them to grab, especially since they were probably gonna. We've heard about them moving on from one of the receivers since about 2 years ago. Yeah. At first it was Debo, and then it was Ayuk's year, and he did real amazing. Like, oh crap, Ayuk's the new number 1, and then all right, well we might see Debo gone next year, and then here we are, Debo staying. Ayuk's the one who wants to leave. So that's the thing. Things change. So I do like that they grabbed him. That's what they were going to do regardless. Cooper was involved.
Yeah. Amari Cooper was definitely going to be the guy going.
Cooper was involved, which is crazy. But
Ayuk didn't want to go to Cleveland.
I don't see that going to happen either.
It's weird because Cleveland and Pittsburgh are really the same place. They're really the same place.
Pretty much. Ayuk is basically in the driver's seat right now, which is kind of crazy to say. He's basically in the driver's seat. He can say no to a certain team. He has that possibility of going wherever he wants, kind of thing, because they gave him permission. They gave him permission to test out these teams and seek a trade. If he finds the right one, they'll agree and they'll do it. Right now, they're just negotiating. So I don't think that the Steelers are done. Despite of what we've said, I don't think they're done because we don't know if this was Ayuk's agency, the Niners agency, or the Steelers. Just the news just came out. They said they're done, but I don't think if all three parties meet the terms, they might not
be. The Steelers are there. I wouldn't be surprised if 49ers have to say yes. At the end of the day, they have to sign Trent Williams because their run game and pass game just is crap without him. There's no one behind him. There's no choice.
Yeah, you have to sign for what, another 3 years, right?
You have to, yeah. So you have to sign him. Mm-hmm. He's probably and do a 3-year extension, and he have to make him making $33 million for next, $100 million for 3 years. That's what you have to sign him to.
He's 36 years old, but he's playing like he's in his 20s.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
3-year $100 million extension, most likely. That's what they have to do.
Higher than Wirfs.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's up, Kadani?
What's up, Kadani?
What's going on, guys? I'm stressing right now. Can you help me start GoFundMe for these Niners plays? Yeah. I'm sorry, man. We're talking about this, man. You guys are gonna be in shambles. Yeah. Ayuk's probably gonna be gone no matter what. Like I don't.
You could say bye to him tomorrow. I'm surprised they haven't done anything with Purdy, giving him.
Well, CMC kind of already said it. So, did you hear that?
No, what did CMC say?
They were interviewing him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you always got to care about, everyone in the locker room. Former teammates." And then he corrected himself. And he said, "Your teammates, no matter what." So he said former teammates, and it was just blown up. Everyone's like, "Damn!" He said former teammates, and they were talking about Ayuk. So he's probably already kind of gone. They're kind of considering him gone, but it wouldn't surprise me if they just play it out. I don't know, but I thought it was kind of funny that CMC kind of considered him gone already. So we'll see.
That's hilarious.
Y'all were GMs, and you were offering me a deal. Would you be happy to talk to me? Talk to my agent, Les Grossman. Fair warning, he was tell you to step back and literally. No, I see. No, I can't. As a GM in this situation for the Niners, bro, get out of here. I can't figure out. I would probably drop Hufanga. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Hufanga and Ayuk I would have to go after Trent Williams and Purdy. Of those four. But no, dude. But yes, I would probably go F yourself. Yes, probably.
If I'm doing Purdy, I'm offering Purdy right now. Hey, we'll give you $25 million. Let's do a 3-year, $75 million contract pay him now.
That much because he's not even a first rounder.
But you can do that, and $25 million compared to what they're making now, that's half.
Oh yeah, Purdy's gonna be cheap, man. Because he was only a fourth or fifth. Oh no, he was Mr. Irrelevant.
You're gonna have to sign him. Right now, he's only making $750,000, $1.1 million this year, I think. So you're gonna have to pay him eventually, and I don't know how you're gonna do it. Where's the money coming from? I think you're gonna have to pay him because another team's gonna say he's gonna be my franchise quarterback, and you're gonna have to pay him. I just don't know where the money's coming from because Nick Bosa got all of it.
What's up, Brian? How are you?
Ron, what's up? Claws up, bear down. I see you. I feel you.
So, the situation there, it sucks to be the Niners. I'm gonna say that right now. So, what's up, David? Watching
from Cedar Hills, Texas. What's up, man? Appreciate it.
I don't know what they're gonna do, but it's gonna be interesting, and other teams can actually help them out by saying, hey, listen, you know what? I'll pay this salary off. You just make a trade with me. And if they're going to be hurting, if they could keep 3 of those people, it could be because Williams is the best one in the league. you just cannot get rid of him until like they're gonna have to try and replace him with the rookie, and hopefully they can figure that out. Hopefully train him up or something in the next 3 years because it's got to happen soon. Hufanga, Ayuk, and Purdy are the youngest ones. But
I would not do Hufanga. I would do
no, I wouldn't either. And
Purdy
Kadani, I'm
Williams.
sorry, but what of those four, you're telling me Hufanga?
He's gonna get hurt again, so that's the problem with Hufanga. You know,
one of these guys has to leave. Two of these might have to leave.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have to face the facts. I don't care. It's just the facts, and it is what it is.
There's not enough money when you paying Von Hargrave
because of Debo and Ayuk. Damn it.
So they thought that Debo was gonna be the one they're trading. They thought I'll trade Debo.
That was 2 years ago.
And keep Ricky Pearsall. Right? If he did that, because Ricky Pearsall plays very much like Debo Samuel, it would work out fine for them.
No,
because they lost
it 2 years ago. Rewind it 2 years ago, before the Ricky Pearsall wasn't even an image. Let's go back 2 years ago. We were talking about getting rid of Debo. That was the talk, right?
Yep.
But Ayuk had his year, so now everyone's like, he established himself as the one. You can see it. You saw him take over. That was the way it was. So now it was like, all right, well, then his head, like his ego got big, and now he's like, well, listen, I am the one. You need to pay me as the one. But the problem is it was the 1 year. I'm like, listen, it's just this 1 year. Settle down, kid. So that's why they went after Ricky Pearsall. Because one of these guys is going to be gone within the next 3 years. They thought about this at some point in the next year or so. Ricky Pearsall is going to be there for the next few years. At least they'll have something there. It wouldn't surprise me 2 or 3 years from now they go after a backup tight end.
No, I wouldn't be surprised at that at all. Even though George Kittle is still doing fine, I don't think
he'll still play, but they got to think about getting younger. It's the way the game is.
George Kittle, I think, is the best tight end in the game.
Yes, he was. That's Mr. Irrelevant. Yep. Yeah,
he's the last player. But you know what? Eventually, you're going to have to pay him something to shut him up, because you
but they don't have to pay him like top dollar what these other QBs are doing.
Yeah, but if I'm him, I'm not going to say, if I'm starting QB and every other QB in this entire NFL, is making over $30 million, I'm not taking less than 20. I'm not taking less than 25.
Oh no, he's gonna get more than what he's actually made.
Yeah, I'm saying 3 years, $75 million. That's why I want at least 3 years, $75 million extension. So you get it for the cheap. And it extends the window for the 49ers because you're only paying him $25 million, a year. That's dirt cheap for a quarterback, and especially if you feel like you can win with that guy.
Yeah. The Purdy deal will happen depending on what they do with the Trent. Yeah. No, yeah. And that's probably what they'll do. They'll decide the Trent Williams first. That has to happen first before they discuss Purdy. Now, that doesn't sound right. I know the way that sounded is like, why would you talk about an old 36-year-old left tackle before you talk about your franchise QB? Because you have to figure out your wiggle room. If you pay all the money that you had to Purdy, you are just now leaving the best left tackle to go to the Cardinals, go to Seattle, go to the Rams. That's a potential that those teams will go after him just to be spiteful. You don't want that.
You don't want to pay the Trent Williams. The Jets will call you tomorrow.
He can go anywhere he wants. He's going to be a free agent.
Anyone. But
But if I was Williams, I would go to one of in division. I would go in division.
If I was Williams, I'd go to the Cowboys.
Just saying. I don't know.
I'll go to the Cowboys, especially if they re-sign Dak.
But
I'll go to oof.
With that, though, you have to figure out Williams first before you talk about Purdy, because you could figure out the wiggle room. The wiggle room there will show how much you have enough for Hufanga, and figure that out. Man. Because I have a feeling it's just going to be Williams and Purdy next year. Hufanga and Ayuk are going to be not on the roster next year or following year after that.
And they still will have a chance to win in the NFC, with what they have talent-wise.
Is it me, or since you having the same persons as 49ers? With a little bit, it's kind of similar. A little bit, but they don't have like a lineman and a top dollar safety in the mix. It's just receivers. So they got
a quarterback making the most money in the entire NFL.
Right, but they have an easy situation with personnel. So
here's my problem with them. Cincinnati doesn't even want to play their number one receiver.
but for preseason, I wouldn't either.
Oh, the owner came out and said, like, we're not talking about Jamar Chase. We're not even in a discussion with Jamar Chase. I don't want anything to talk. I don't want to hear about Jamar Chase. He's still under contract. We're not talking about anything. Even though
that situation.
every third year, fourth year receiver always gets that extension, they don't even want to talk to him.
I'm not. I don't want to do that.
Since he's stupid. I mean, they're gonna lose. If they lose T. Higgins at the end of this year, because that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna also take a chance and pissing off Jamar Chase, then he says, "I'm just gonna wait. I want to be a free agent too. Maybe I'll leave."
Yeah,
that just sounds stupid.
I'm not worried about that either. I think Joe Burrow is gonna have a big impact with that contract. That's his best friend. That's his main weapon. They've had him for years. I think at some point Joe Burrow is going to reconstruct and try and figure something out. That's what I'm not worried about. I'm not too worried about that as much as I am the Niners. So
that makes
knowing
sense.
Joe Burrow, I think he'll figure it out.
If he reconstructs next year, this is the first year that he got the big money. Gets his big money one year, reconstructs next year, gives some of this money to Jamar Chase, basically, just makes it, prolongs it. That makes sense. You could do that.
I'm telling you, Joe Burrow's going to have a huge impact. I'm not even. All right. Thing is, I know they drafted a guy named Malik Mustafa at safety out of Wake Forest. I think he's a potential takeover Funga. He could play alongside with Jerry Brown.
Yep.
They don't have a backup left tackle, and it's already a problem going to be probably next year, John Lynch, and they tried for another veteran left tackle, and they did before, or use the first-round pick on another left tackle. Yes, and that's what we were saying.
Even if they do that left tackle
that rookie has to be top dog. The Niners aren't going to be in the top 5. They're going to have like the 3rd or 4th best left tackle next year. Like it's not going to happen. They can't figure out
7 or 8
get trained.
Then 7 or 8 left tackles get drafted in the first round this year.
Yeah, it was crazy. The Brown family always been cheap in Cincinnati. I'm surprised that they paid Joe Burrow max money at the time and legit thought he was going to be a free agent because of his jersey. Yeah, no, and then you're absolutely right, Katani. The thing is, like, these owners kind of know what they're doing, but they also overthink things, and then they make their players happy for that season to get the season through, and then they realize, oh crap, maybe we need to reconstruct something here. So Tua, yes, I do see it. I'll probably end up going over that here once we handle all the news and everything. We're already 40 minutes in. So but yeah, no, we gotta go over that trade. That trade is very interesting. But yeah, no, you didn't pull the trigger at it yet.
Nope.
I saw where's it?
Pull it up if you can see it.
Yeah, I saw it. What they were offering you, what they were going to do. Let me see if I can get this done. But let me get a better view of it. So I'm gonna go off camera a little bit.
While you do that, I will say, hey L, I was just saying they need to stop placing the players and be about all the action sooner. Look, placating the players to be about the action sooner. Hey L, the fact that you just came in and said anything is amazing. I appreciate you. I need you to come to the Mondays and Thursday show too, because we need to talk and we need to bring you in. So next time, hit me on one of these things on Twitter or whatever, and we'll get you guys in there too, because I want to talk to you guys. You, Cookie, I want to talk to you guys and bring you on, especially while Tank is still out for the next probably 2 or 3 weeks, because wrangling two toddlers, or a baby and a toddler now. So, but thanks for jumping in there. While Martin is trying to pull those things up, I'm just going to talk about the fact that we have all this football coming in right now. I can't believe week 1 is here, and then we have so much football coming on the next couple of days. For Thursday, we have 2 games on Thursday. We have how many games on Friday? A lot of games on Friday. We have all these games on Saturday. It is so many things going on. I cannot wait for this weekend.
Yeah, I think we got like 2 or 3 games tomorrow.
Yep. No, 2 games tomorrow.
Yeah, 2.
Like 4 games on Friday. We got 8 games on Saturday. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's football every day from Sunday, all the way till Sunday. So yeah, I'm excited. Should be pretty good. Okay, so this is not the trade, but it is the players involved. So those are the players he wants and the players he's willing to give up. This is not the actual trade, okay? So this is just kind of what the wiggle room of what they want to do and what they could do.
Okay.
But the actual trade itself is he's after, what was it? What was it again?
Does he want Hollywood
Or
Brown?
he doesn't want to give up Brown and Jigba or Stover.
Okay.
And he should go after Shahid. So players pick up our top and we're willing to trade and bottom side. So what do you guys want and what is it that
What is the actual trade that you're
like
looking
what are you
at?
guys trying to like figure out who needs what? Because
Top is what he's willing to offer.
I'm assuming he wants Brown and Jigba, Stover, and Rashid, one of those guys, right? So
I don't
and
want
the
any
question
of that
was
stuff.
so my question is should I really or what should I try and get for Rashid? For Rashid himself alone?
I don't know if I want any of that stuff.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
if you trade Rashid, you could probably get something.
yeah, but is it anything that you want right there?
I'm looking at the
I really don't
picks.
want Johnson.
I'm looking at the picks.
All I want is the picks. I wouldn't want any of those players. Kendra Miller might be the only one I might even think about, and him or Brendan Rice. But if I even end up taking those, I'm taking those with a pick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't see anything I want.
Yeah, they do. I'm looking at the picks. If you keep Brown, you keep Njigba, and you keep Cade Stover. Cade Stover could be something. They might not renew. What's his freaking? Oh my gosh, former Dallas Cowboy tight end who's now in Houston.
It's re-signed him though.
Did they?
Yeah, 3-year, $30 million contract.
I mean, in 3 years, wouldn't Stover be like a beast?
He could be.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Like
that's
it wouldn't
what
surprise me to run a double tight. I think Stover's going to be something special, and they
I
got to
saw him.
steal.
So with Schultz, I saw them playing. I was just on the saw Stover playing, and I think he still has some time. It's going to take 3 years for him to even be okay.
It's just like every tight end, though.
Yeah,
it's like every tight end. That's usually how it is. But I'm looking at this. The only person or only thing I want are these picks.
Yeah.
If you're willing to get rid of Rashid for those picks, I'm also in agreement. I don't want any of that crap. Miller is going to get hurt because he's already coming in the league already hurt. Brendan Rice,
you don't know what he is. He could be good, but you don't know yet.
If Puka stays out, good for him. But when Puka comes back, like
he's on the charts. So Brendan Rice is the Chargers slot guy. He's second string slot, but he's doing good enough right now that he's probably going to make the team and do well. But he's not anything that you're going to be using fantasy wise. I just don't see it.
What's going to happen is Cup's going to get hurt. Puka's already hurt, and they're saying it's a sprained ankle, which, in my opinion, takes about 4 weeks. Okay, that takes about 4 weeks to finally actually get back to 80%. We might not see Puka at full speed until week 5.
No, I mean, you still have the game starts. You have 4 weeks to the game start.
That's what I'm saying. You got next week and the week after that. So then, but there's like a week period, right?
In between. So you have 4
we might not see him until like week 3.
I think week 2. I think he plays week 2, but he's not going to be good till week 2 or 3.
That's what I'm saying. Fine. 3, he'll be at 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like any of this crap.
Yeah, I think that's all crap. Exactly. I'm looking at it. I was like, man, maybe
see what you can get for the first, man. The first is what I'm looking. Those 2 first and the second. If he's willing to give you, like, Rashid's good. He's going to be like the best one there.
I would probably pack a Rashid and Hollywood Brown and ask for the 2025 and 2025 second and the 2026 first.
Yeah, but Brown could be really good this
year. He could be. But would that be worth having the first and the second for it?
Brown could be a league winner.
Would you rather Shaheed's
JSN,
not worth a first. That's the problem I'm saying. I don't think Shaheed is going to be worth a first. I think you could get Shaheed for the 2025 second. I think that's really what you're going to get from him. Right? And if you really want a first, you're going to have to give up one of these other guys.
maybe.
And Jigba, I think, is
I
going
would
to be
send
good.
yeah, the second you can still get good talent there. You should get a good receiver to replace Rashid because Rashid wasn't that high of a draft pick. Like we didn't really know until like the season. Like we didn't draft him first round. We didn't draft him second round in our rookie draft. We probably got him in third round.
Third round. He was the third rounder, yeah.
I'm not getting rid of Stover. Like I'm gonna put him in the taxi for the next as long as your league lets him. Like honestly, just keep Stover there. I think he's gonna be something special. Not this year, but I think following year. JSN is going to be involved more this year, is what they're saying, which is good because for his rookie year, he what 700 yards and
750 yards.
Yeah, which
4
is
touchdowns
for a rookie. That's not bad considering you had DK and Lockett in front of you.
Yeah.
Once one of those guys are down, like injury wise, JSN's going to be a new hot target, or if not, Lockett's going to retire or go somewhere else. JSN slides right in. Like he's going to be the number 2 look. Like he'll probably stay at slot, but he's going to be the number 2 read.
Yeah, I'm not getting rid of JSN. I think JSN is going to be good.
JSN's your top dollar right here.
Yeah.
So
if you wanted me to give you JSN, I would want the first and the second already. Just JSN. And if I didn't
give it a Hollywood.
I mean, I understand he could win you the league this year, especially if you have Patrick Mahomes. If you have Mahomes, then
even if he didn't have Patrick Mahomes, I think Hollywood Brown is going to be looked at. He doesn't really get injured for a long period of time.
1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns, and be around for a lot. He could do 10 touchdowns because Patrick Mahomes throws a lot of touchdowns.
The receiver room in this team is amazing. They are competing, and it sucks is I haven't even got to the Chiefs episode yet. I need to do it because we're in preseason now. I got to get these episodes done. Work has been crazy. I got so much hope for this wide receiver room that they are competing that it could be like it. I think Hollywood Brown's going to pop off this year. I really think he will. Which I don't want that for Mark's sake because I don't want him. I don't like when Mark wins. Okay, let's be honest. If Mark loses, that'd be great. But the problem is he has Hollywood Brown, and I don't like it. But
when does the trade the stuff for Rashee Rice come down? Does he play this season? Because the suspension doesn't come down yet.
Oh, Rashee Rice? I don't think anything's in works yet.
No, nothing.
It might
be
next
letting us play. We've
seen that in the NFL. They're like, oh, you're not suspended this year, but you're suspended the following year. Makes no sense. Like, look at Kamara was the most recent one. They did that too. Played a whole season. They're like, oh, the following year you'll have such and such. Oh, and Williams, they did the same thing for the gambling.
Yep.
Then the following year, 6 years, like what? Why not the year of that summer he did it? Like that just makes more sense to me. But they waited a whole whatever. Court systems, NFL, like they just so damn busy they don't have a representative to go over there and take care of it. I don't get it.
If Rashee Rice plays this year, Kansas City might repeat as champion again.
I think, yeah. But
yeah,
I think Shaheed is going to be interesting. Because I think Spencer Rattler is going to actually. Dude, Spencer Rattler might actually be a bit of this year's sleeper QB. Like, I'm not saying he's going to be top 10. I'm not saying he might be 16, 17, which is probably if someone's going to lose a quarterback at some point, injury or bye week or something. I think Spencer Rattler might be this year's QB sleeper darling if he takes over Carr.
I don't know. I mean, the only way that he overtakes Carr, I don't see.
Carr is losing his arm, man.
Yeah, but they're going to stick with him.
We'll see what happens. I think he can do it.
I think Spencer Rattler. Remember how good he was. He was a number 1 draft pick when Caleb Williams decided to go to Oklahoma. Like the dude was already that type of quarterback. So he's been doing that for a while. I think Spencer Rattler is going to be good. I just don't know if it's going to be this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think New Orleans needs to hold on to him as tight as they can, because with him,
Yeah,
you
Anthony, they
might have
need
a
to
future
change that
QB
whole
there.
rule. That whole rule, they need to change it. They just need to change it. It's ridiculous. They should just fine him the amount he should have won, or they should have fined him and suspension. I don't know.
It should
It's
be a cold
not
thing.
a whole year, man. That's stupid.
You should say you're suspended. You're suspended 8 games. This one bet 8 games done,
Yeah,
and it's be flat. And so you do
yeah.
it 8 games done.
Not a whole season. I think it's dumb. There's players that do slapping civilians out there, and
Yeah, you allow them to
like this
play.
whole Tyreek Hill thing. Like he's not getting nothing for like whatever, dude. Like I don't even want to talk about it. Damn, Martin. No wonder you want me to play Dynasty. You want to see me lose so bad in the same way you love Mark and losing. Well, look. Yeah, but that's the special bond I have with these guys, all right? And plus, your football so damn much that I'm surprised you don't even play regular redraft. You know more football than the average person, which is like I'm surprised you don't. You don't. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Can't believe Spencer Rattler's football journey. I remember the Oklahoma setting back for Caleb. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And it was West Virginia and other him number 1 overall. Yes. And then he sat out that one year. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think the Saints low key have a sleeper QB. I'm telling you guys, it might.
He's going to start eventually. He's going to be good, and it's going to be a diamond in the rough. And we're going to be sitting there talking about him. And like, man, Caleb Williams is okay, but did you know Spencer Rattler was going to be this good? I can hear the conversation going on.
I can hear the conversation of Caleb. And then at the end of the year, people are going to realize
Spencer wasn't that
Rattler
bad, bro.
took over week 4 or 5 or 8. He actually almost caught up to Caleb's numbers. But the problem is we never noticed that all year. And that's what happens. There's always like Jordan Love. I didn't realize how freaking good he did until like towards the end of the year. I was like, damn, he did really good.
Because he didn't do good the first 8 games. The
No,
first 8
I know
games,
that.
he was terrible.
But I wasn't
that's how
paying
good he
attention
was
to
the
him.
last 9.
I wasn't paying attention. Were you?
Yeah,
Nobody was.
I hate him. So
unless you're a Packers fan or you had him on your roster, but nobody was paying attention to him until you actually saw the average. Like it's
the hate you have for someone for Green Bay when someone's doing good. And I watched them.
I knew he was doing good because we've been joking about this for years, and I kept saying I can't wait till he comes in and starts lighting up the torches there in Chicago and Green Bay. Like and you actually got mad a few times, like, don't say that more. I'm like, no, I think it's gonna happen.
It could happen, and now it's happening.
It's happening, but I never saw like the numbers for it until like recently. So, can y'all imagine a playoff game between Caleb and Rattler? The ultimate payback for Spence. That would be amazing. Saints and that would be amazing.
I don't want to see it, but that would be interesting.
The Saints have to figure out money and draft and whatever the hell they got going on, where the Bears are kind of like miles ahead of them as in rebuild. So I would love to see that, to be honest. I would love to see that. Just kind of how we saw freaking T-Law and Fields.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, so but overall, guys, we have things. We have the jersey giveaway video. I just edited it today. I don't know what has been going on, but I've been slammed with other things that I can't even focus on this show. So it's like it sucks because I like doing this, but yeah, we'll get that video out. I still have to make a league for us. We're gonna do IDP. We're going to try to. It went from I will to will try to. Okay, so this is how busy I am right now. So don't be surprised if say, hey guys, ain't no league. Just wait till the 500 sub. I'm sorry. Like we'll see. Hopefully we'll get it done though. But as for these teams real quick, we have a few of these. We have 2 games tomorrow. We have Carolina, New England, and Detroit and the Giants, which they have been fighting this entire time. So I'm excited for that tomorrow. And then Friday we got Atlanta and Miami, Houston, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and Baltimore. So we have 3-header on that game. It should be interesting. They're saying that they're going to play Jalen Hurts or something like that.
I heard that he's going to play. They're going to play him at least a series.
So
it's because Sirianni and Jalen Hurts just do not mix.
I hope they don't. I really hope. You know what? If you know what, I don't care. If they play Jalen and he gets hurt, I'm just gonna laugh. I don't care.
I mean, they're going to fire Sirianni. Sirianni will be fired immediately.
I'm gonna laugh so hard.
They won't even say step into my office. They'll be like, "Hey, don't get on the bus."
I hope he gets hurt for the first 4 weeks. Not like so bad where he's done for the season. Just the first 4 weeks, and they go 0-4, and then you have a banged up Jalen Hurts for the rest of the season until next season when he finally gets some time to why would you do that? And then Saturday we got another 5 more games, actually 6 more.
Yeah, a lot of games Saturday.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Damn.
Yeah.
So the rest of the league is playing on Saturday. And except for Sunday, we have Denver and the Colts and Dallas and LA. So that should be very interesting. Say what you want to say. I'm tired of people saying, "Oh, we don't get football until like another 3-4 weeks." I'm like, bro, football already started. Where you at? Don't sleep on these preseason games. It's better than what we got on TV right now. Minus
easily.
The Olympics. I'll still choose football over the Olympics, but I'm just saying.
Olympics are fun, but come on, let's just be honest.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I've heard that so many times. Oh, we get football in a month. I'm like, where you at? It's already here. You just get it in portions. It's like you get your appetizer, man. Hey, we're eating the appetizer. Enjoy your mozzarella sticks. Because I know I do.
That's so good. That was good. Jordan Love, the first 8 games, had 1,475 yards.
The first how many games?
First 8 games, he had 1,475 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that means?
What about the back 9? It had been the 3, right? Because he threw, 47?
He had over 2,600 yards the last 9 games. So yeah, only had 1,400 yards the first 8, which is on track for less than 3,000 yard season. Then 26-25 the last 9.
Yeah,
the dude balled the hell out.
He's on fire. Man, I'm telling you that I said this years ago, and then Brian's like, "Don't put that curse on me, Ricky Bobby." I'm like, "It's gonna happen."
I hate him so much.
It's gonna happen. Here he is. Yeah. So see, and officially because of that, this is why we're getting it's NFL season. Look, even Good Morning Football came back, and they just moved from New York to LA. Dude, that's the first thing I wake up. I love watching them. They're awesome. But guys, I will have that video for the 400 jersey. Again, it's the number 7. Okay, it's the number 7. So if you don't like the number 7, don't participate. Leave it to the others, unless you just want to grab a jersey because, well, you're just a dickhead like that. I don't know. But it is going to be the number 7. Okay, so and a team your choice with the word that we put in the video. I will release it tomorrow. That's all I have, and then we'll be back on. I'll be back. I gotta get these videos out. I gotta get these videos. Don't be surprised if next week we cover like 3 or 4 teams.
We'll do our thing on Sunday, and then we might do 2 more teams right after the game.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I need the help of these guys. I'm coming to the point where like, damn, it's just look. I can't say no to the military. I can't just say yeah. You guys understand. Okay. Anything else, Brian?
No, man. I'm excited. Pittsburgh, Russell Wilson won't play, right? But he said Russell Wilson is still leading Justin Fields by a little bit, but Justin Fields will play this preseason game number 1. If he balls out, they'll let him start number 2. If he starts number 2, Justin Fields is winning this competition.
They have special packages for him.
He's winning the competition.
Don't tell me.
Just watch him.
The problem is the Bears are going to feel stupid because that pick is going to be a number 5 4?
fourth round pick for a starting quarterback that they're going to pay $40 million to. Just like, don't let him throw for over 4,000 yards and have more yards than Caleb Williams. Oh my gosh. I want to burn the city down.
Who needs to change? Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson? Who
Lamar
needs to
Jackson
change?
can win. What are you talking? Lamar Jackson. His team says he's the greatest quarterback since sliced bread.
Yeah.
I want my coach to say that about me.
Yeah, that's a Baltimore Jackson over there. All right, Kadani, you stay safe, man. Guys, love every single one of you guys. Even if you pop in and say what's up. But we are full swing pretty much as of tomorrow because we have 4 days and then another 4 days, and then we have that kind of like weird week, but everyone's doing nothing but redrafts during that time. So it's like you're focused on football, and then bam, week 1, and then we're making fun of each other, or someone's crying, or Tank and Brian are crying on Tuesday nights, which is my favorite time of the year. Every Tuesday they cry, but this year we might actually see a little bit of light. We don't know yet.
Hey, all I know is I'm gonna watch Hard Knocks. I'm gonna do a reaction video every Tuesday while Hard Knocks is going through. So that was fun. It was fun, and we got a few people in there. So I appreciate everyone who did jump in. You
missed out on so many years, my friend. I've told you it's such a good show. I can't believe you just waited until this year. All right, guys. Good morning, good evening, good night. This is Dynasty Pylon. We will see you Sunday for sure as we all get together to talk about Dynasty football and anything and everything fantasy football and give the fantasy advice. But I will try and be here tomorrow as we talk about the Chiefs and talk about that wide receiver room because I'm excited for what they're going to do. And are they going to make it to the house again? We'll see. I don't know. We'll talk about it. All right, guys. Take it easy. Thanks for watching. Later.
Getting hype when I aim up. Elevating that game up. Stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave. Eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up in the place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. I was born and when I watched me elevate.